Hi everyone, now we're up to what happened to me when I got government housing part 9. I want to get stuck into it because ironically I've been having a few more issues that I'll tell you guys about at a later date. So by the 16th of the 8th, 2015, I was living in fear of what the respondent would do to me because he had assaulted me, driven a vehicle into me, and because he had gotten away with it. My concept of police work must have been very naive before this happened to me because I didn't know that people could be that violent and just continue on their lives as if nothing had happened. I thought that police reports resulted in arrests and jail, but now I know that idea was wrong. So on this day, I tried to leave my unit through my side gate, but I wasn't able to because I saw the respondent's van parked right outside my gate, and he was sitting inside the van, so I didn't feel safe. I later took this photo when I was able to get out, which shows how close his van was to my side fence and my gate. My unit is behind the fence where the orange arrow is pointing, and you can see a metal gate through the window of the respondent's vehicle. That's the middle gate of my side gate. And you can see my side door above the wooden fence. I ended up having to leave through my front door, which I usually didn't do because the respondent was friendly with the people who live next door to me, and he would sometimes be standing outside my unit under the guise of talking to them. Also, there's a laundry opposite my front door, which he could have been hiding in. In this photo, you can see the door of the unit opposite mine and the window of the laundry. So this shows that if I were to leave my unit through my front door, I may have trouble if the respondent was standing outside the next door neighbour's door or if he was in the laundry. It's not possible for me to see inside the laundry until I get out my front door and walk past it. And that put me in danger and it made me nervous. I also had the responsibility of getting my daughter in and out of the unit to take her to kinder, and later when she started primary school, which is hard because I wanted to protect her from the respondent and I didn't want her to see him attacking me if and when that happened. The other problem was the way I felt about the way I had to control my daughter. She would bounce out the door like a normal kid, and I would be so scared that the respondent would hear us and come after us that I would tell her to be quiet, and I felt guilty about that. I also felt angry at the police for not dealing with the respondent and at the respondent himself for putting us in this situation. There were times when all I wanted to do was to hold my daughter and comfort her, but I couldn't because the danger that I was in made it impractical. I had to be hard on my daughter when she wanted to play or talk like a child normally would because I was so scared of what would happen to us. Getting in and out of my unit became an operation we had to go through, which took skill and planning. I felt like I was imprisoned. The respondents' vehicles were walls that I couldn't see past and couldn't see through. I was under a huge amount of stress and I had no one to help me. Later that day, someone threw a razor blade into my side yard and I believe the respondent did it. I don't know why he did it, but there was to be a pattern of psychological menacing that he subjected me to, which I will talk about later in this series. I was glad that I found the razor blade before my daughter did. I don't know what would have happened if she had seen it and picked it up, but I disposed of it after taking a photo of it to use as evidence.